The first thing I sold on eBay was my car. I'd gotten an internship up in Boston, and unfortunately a drunk driver had taken out my previous car. When I got back, I wanted to get something that was a little bit more aligned with my interest. I figured, let me throw it up on eBay and see if it sells. And sure enough, somebody ended up buying it. My name is James, and I'm an eBay seller. I started selling more regularly on eBay around 2015, 2016. I was doing like a little spring clean out of the house and had a couple of items. And I thought somebody else might want these. So I just started putting items up on eBay, and they actually started selling. I was actually at a conference out in Las Vegas, and I had to put my phone on silent because I was getting these notifications. Item sold, question about an item. And I was saying, this is stuff I listed a month ago, 2 months ago, and it's now selling. I was part of a layoff at a mortgage company and went to lunch in February, and we came back and the whole department was laid off. So ended up, not intentionally, having a lot of free time on my hands. That's what led me to start listing more things on eBay while I was looking for the next opportunity. So I started selling car parts basically because I had car parts on hand. I was always looking at car parts. I'd come across things that I knew were valuable but I didn't personally need. And so that's how the car parts portion of it really started. The business was operating out of various bookshelves around the house. Eventually it kind of progressed and then took over the carport at my old house. So it was quite a challenge. More recently, I have been able to consolidate all of that into the space that we're in presently. Actually only been here for 2 days. But the main advantage is now everything is now in one location under one roof. My nostalgia and passion for cars really came about around the time that I'd lost my first car, playing video games like Initial D, things like that in my spare time, and really just fell in love with the car culture and the passion around cars. The car community is its own special place. If you go out to Cars and Coffee any weekend somewhere in America, you'll find people with Japanese cars, tuner cars, muscle cars, vintage, hot rods. Everyone wants to talk about the build. Everyone wants to talk about how they took their car from a rusty shell to where it is now, and that's universal. The name Business Bushido, the business part's fairly obvious. At the end of the day, we are in business, but Bushido is the code of conduct, basically, for the samurai warrior. So I wanted to incorporate that. So I came up with an alternative acronym that kind of fit in that, built upon superior hustle, ingenuity, dedication, and originality. And I incorporate that into everything that I do in terms of sourcing parts or marketing, or really just to remind me why I started and to keep the passion and the focus. Ultimate goal for my store is to create a business that provides employment opportunities in the community. That's the overall goal. And stretch goal, I'd like to one day drive a race car with my business logo sponsoring the car. I think that would be kind of a peak moment there for the business.